Okay, so welcome to another mini video. In this video we're going to have a look at the camshaft bearings. So I'm going to zoom in and just show you what I have made to hopefully make this job easier. Okay, so what I have done to help get these bearings in is I've used the lathe at work to machine these up, and there are three different sizes, and what they'll do is they'll fit very nicely inside the bearings and allow me to pull that in. And what I'm using to pull them in is this M12 piece of stud bar. I've made these bits a smaller diameter on this outer diameter, so they'll actually fit in the balls of where the bearings go, so you can actually use these to pull the bearings out as well. Hopefully I won't have to do that again though. So I'm going to start with the smallest one. That is the smallest one. It's worth noting that all three are different sizes. Okay, so the small one's going to go this end, which is where the oil pump goes, and as I've said, I'm going to use this to drift it in. So just slide that very carefully on, be careful not to damage anything. That then goes through there. Again, be careful not to damage any of the other bits. I'm going to use the biggest one to line the stud bar up into the biggest hole at the other end. And then I'm going to then I've got a block of aluminium to put on this end. So just hold that nice in place. Block of aluminium, couple of washers, and then a nut. I think what I'll do is I'll turn the block on its side just so you can see. I'm hoping this will go in very easily. Right, so let's have a look. Okay, so this is the arrangement I've got. That's the new bearing ready to be pulled in. That's the piece of stud going all the way through. I've got that other bit at the other end there to keep it all central. Now on this side I've got a big aluminium block with the nut that I'm going to tighten. So I'm going to set the camera up on a tripod and hopefully try and record this in one go. Okay, so I'm ready to give this a go. I've got a spanner to stop this turning this end and a ratchet on the other end. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that is going very nicely. The further you go in, the harder it gets. Just as it starts raining. And there we go, that is in. And there we go, first one in. A little bit of debris created as we pulled that in. Just make sure it is below the surface there, and it is. So there we go. Let's hope the others go in as easy as that. Okay, so I'm going to do the middle one next, but before I jump into pulling this in, it's important to note that where my finger is, there's actually a hole that goes to this oil gallery above. So I've marked it with two little lines here. I've also marked the edge of the bearing so I can make sure I get that hole in the bearing aligned correctly. Okay, so I'm ready to pull this bearing in. I just need to align that hole with the area that I've marked. Something like that. Just put a little tension on the nut to keep everything steady. Is that okay? A bit back. Okay, I think that is looking good. I think the socket might get in the way. No, that still looks okay, so I'm going to go for that. Hopefully this will go as well as the first one. Okay, so this one's going in nice and quickly. Okay, so that is there. Second one done. Okay, so I'm on the last cam bearing, and this one is potentially the most awkward to line up because you've actually got two holes in the bearing to make sure you get in the line. The first one is obvious, that is there. The second one is up here, and that goes to the main bearing, so just brush through. So hopefully you can see there. So for this one, that little notch there goes on the outside, and all I've done is I've drawn a line there that I can put the split of the bearing lined up to. So it's also worth noting that this bearing has a chamfer only on this side, so it's got to be pulled in this direction. So we'll get that ready and we'll try the last one. Okay, so that is all lined up, ready to pull in. Let's see if this one goes nice. Just keep an eye on that split to make sure it does go in straight. Tight this one. Believe it or not, that's not going straight, so I'm going to stop. Okay, so this one took a couple of attempts. It started to go in skew, so I just had to tap the edge of this to get it lined up first. Now looks like it's going in nicely, so hopefully that should be it. Yes, it is. The Haynes manual does actually say you should leave this to a specialist because they need reaming out afterwards. I've already checked, and also the information on the internet is correct. They do come the correct size, so you should not have to ream these to size. Right, there you go, that one is in. So that is all three in. Like the other two, you get a little bit of debris off the edges, but it's not too bad. And I think you can see that's lined up quite nicely. Just turn the block on its side so you can see these two holes lining up. So hopefully, oh, come on, focus. Hopefully you can make that one out. That has lined up as that one there. Anyway, so that is the cam bearings installed. I hope that video has been of some use to you. I don't think there was many videos out there on cam bearings. If you don't feel comfortable doing the bearings, then get a machine shop to do it. I think the drifts I made worked really well, and I'll definitely be keeping them in the toolbox. Hopefully I won't have to use them again, but you never know. That's it for this video. I hope it has been of use to you guys. I did have a look on YouTube and I couldn't find any videos on this subject. So that's how I've done it. I think the drifts that I made were really useful for getting the bearings in, and if I ever need to get any bearings out, they'll also work for that. Anyway, thank you for watching and stay tuned for some more mini videos. Shiny cam, shiny cam.